Hello lovelies! So when it comes to quick and easy weeknight cooking, homemade pizza can be a total lifesaver, especially if you're using supermarket shortcuts like store-bought pizza dough. Today I'm going to show you 3 tasty takes on classic pizza that your entire family is guaranteed to love and can be on the dinner table in under 20 minutes. Yeah guys, I know, it sounds crazy, but it's true. We're gonna get started today with a bruschetta inspired pizza. Some people pronounce it bruschetta, some people pronounce it bruschetta. Either way is fine. It's all delicious no matter what you call it. So it all starts with some tomatoes in a bowl. I've got cherry tomatoes happening here. I just cut them in half and I'm going to be mixing them up with some fresh basil. As we know, basil and tomatoes were just meant to be together. I'm also going to be adding some minced shallot to this and some minced garlic. So a ton of flavor is going to be happening in here. There's no such thing as too much garlic in my world. We're just gonna toss this in a little bit of olive oil and a bit of salt and pepper as well. We'll give that a good stir until it's well combined, and then we can set it aside while we set to work on our pizza dough. I just spread my pizza dough out into my pizza pan. This is so easy to do. If you don't have a round pizza tray, it's totally fine. Just do it in a baking sheet. Both work really, really well. And once I've got my pizza dough all spread out, I am going to top it with some tomato sauce and a couple good handfuls of shredded mozzarella cheese. Now, of course, you can always shred your own cheese, but this is another great place for a supermarket shortcut. You can buy the pre-shredded mozzarella. It works really well in a recipe like this. Now that I've got my first layer of cheese down, I'm going to pile my tomato mixture on top and spread it out. And then it's just a matter of topping this with a little more shredded mozzarella cheese and getting it into the oven at 500 degrees Fahrenheit. If your oven will go up to 550 or 600, that is even better. The best part about this recipe is that it takes no time to cook. In 10 or 12 minutes, you have a delicious pizza that looks something like this, and you can just finish it off with some fresh basil leaves and a good drizzle of balsamic glaze. How good does this look, guys? You're gonna want a pizza this, trust me. Get it? Piece of pizza. My next pizza, guys, combines 2 of my very favorite complementary flavors, barbecue sauce and ranch dressing, and I'm going to mix the 2 in one amazing pizza concoction. This is my BBQ Ranch Chicken pizza. It starts once again with my store-bought pizza dough. I'm just going to spread it out onto my pan. Then in this recipe, instead of using tomato sauce, I'm using barbecue sauce first and then topping that with some ranch dressing. Once you've got all that yumminess down, you can go ahead and get your first layer of cheese on. In this recipe, instead of mozzarella, I'm actually going to be using some shredded cheddar, but you could use a combination of both if you wanted to, totally up to you. Then for my toppings, I'm combining some thinly sliced green bell pepper and some red onion. You can skip the onion entirely if you have an important date, or just make sure your date also has some onion and then you're covered. And then the final step will be adding my chicken. I'm doing this with some leftover chicken breasts. I just cut it into cubes and I'm gonna get that onto my pizza. And then the final step will be adding even more yummy cheese. Into the oven, this beauty goes at 500 degrees Fahrenheit for say 10 to 12 minutes, and we will be eating well tonight, guys. When it comes out, it is ooey, gooey, cheesy, and delicious. You can top it with a little fresh parsley if you want to, and it is ready to be enjoyed. I actually like dipping it in a little more ranch dressing for good measure. Finally today, guys, I am taking one of the world's greatest pasta dishes and turning it into pizza. It is a carbohydrate extravaganza over here, and trust me, it's going to be good. This is my chicken Alfredo pizza. Now, of course, as the name suggests, this recipe all starts with some Alfredo sauce. Today, I'm keeping things simple with another great supermarket shortcut. It is some store-bought Alfredo sauce. But I must say, the best way to doll up a store-bought Alfredo sauce is with a little bit of extra minced garlic. So I'm going to add a little bit of minced garlic, give that a stir, and then I'm gonna turn my attention to my dough. I'll spread it out into my pizza pan and then top it with this amazing amped up Alfredo goodness. Once I've got a good layer down, I am going to top that with some shredded mozzarella cheese and some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. You may or may not know this, but the thing that makes Alfredo sauce really delicious is often Parmesan cheese. So we're gonna add some to our pizza. Next, guys, I really felt like this pizza needed a little bit of green, so I'm going to pile some spinach on here. You could also do this with a little bit of kale if you wanted to, or even some arugula. I'm also going to get a good helping of cooked chicken onto the top of this, and then I'll finish finish it off with more mozzarella and more freshly grated Parmesan cheese. We'll bake this up, once again, 500 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. When it comes out of the oven, you can top it with some freshly chopped parsley, and this pizza is ready to be enjoyed by the entire family. If you have the time and energy, I would recommend making 2 of these because it also makes great leftovers for lunch the next day. I hope you will give all 3 of these delicious pizza ideas a try, and if you do, be sure to tweet me, Instagram me, or Facebook me a photo, because you guys know how much I love seeing your kitchen creations. Keep in mind, all of these tasty recipes are linked in the description box below. You can find them there. And finally, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, because there is lots more deliciousness where this came from.